topic. Consider a career that you are familiar with. Do you think the advancement of technology is changing the way people work for that career?
Begin preparing now. Begin speaking now.
I believe technology is changing the way people work in the teaching career. One reason is that online platforms make teaching more flexible and effective. For example, in my case, when I was helping my younger sister study English during the pandemic, we couldn't attend office classes. My task was to find another way to her continue learning. So took action by using Zoom and Google Classroom to online lesson and share materials. As a result, she could still study regularly, improve her skills, and even became more confident in online communication. Therefore, I think technology is transforming teaching by making it more convenient and accessible for both teachers and students.
Do you agree or disagree with the following statement? The government should spend more budget on preserving historical sites than developing green spaces.
Begin preparing now.
Nowadays, environmental pollution is affect the health people and quality of life. For example, young people in this things.
Begin speaking now.
I disagree with this statement. I think the government should spend more budget on developing green spaces. One reason is that green spaces directly improve people's health and quality of life. For example, in my neighborhood, there used to be very few parks, and people had no place to relax. My task as a community member was to support a local project that aimed to create a new park. So I took action by signing petitions and encouraging others to join. As a result, the government finally built a large green park, and now many families exercise there every day. This makes the city more livable and reduce stress. That's why I think so.
There are some people who prefer visiting the tourist attractions by themselves instead of joining a guided group tour. Why do you think they prefer that?
Begin preparing now.
I favor visiting tourist stations by themselves. Yes, it make me feel more comfortable. As an almost enjoy with my family, I can as my pace and my own way, my own time to floor or
Begin speaking now.
I think many people prefer visiting tourist attractions by themselves because they want more freedom and flexibility. One reason is that traveling alone allows them manage their own time and explore at their own pace. For example, last summer, my friend and I visited a famous museum. The guide tour was too fast, and some people didn't have enough time to enjoy the exhibits. Our task was to find better way to experience the museum. So we decided to take action by leaving the tour and walking around by ourselves. As a result, we could spend more time on artworks we liked and skip the ones we weren't interested in. It made the trip much more enjoyable. Therefore, I believe people independent travel many because it gives them control over their experience.
Do you agree or disagree with the following statement? Attending a good university is more important these days than it was in the past.
Yes, of course.
Begin
Because it
preparing now.
affected directly the job in the future. For example, when I high school, I always try to do my best to achieve a better grade. This will help me have a better resume. When I do a review, I can show the skills and better ways to make good represent for interview.
Begin speaking now.
I agree with the statement that attending good university is more important these days than it's the past. One reason is that the job market is very competitive now, and many companies prefer candidates with degrees from well-known universities. For example, last year, my cousin graduated from a small local school. His task was to apply for jobs at international companies. However, when he took action by sending out many applications, he was often rejected because employers preferred graduates from top universities. As a result, he realized that having a degree from prestigious university would have given him more opportunities and higher chance to succeed. Therefore, I believe attending a good community university is more important today.
Do you agree or disagree with the following statement?
Better.
If you confront several tasks, it is better to do the difficult tasks first.
Begin
Support
preparing now.
under control. Confront several tasks is better to do difficult tasks.
Begin speaking now.
I agree with the statement that it's better to do the difficult tasks first. The main reason is that we usually have the most energy and concentration at the beginning of the day. If we finish the hardest work early, we feel more relaxed and confident to complete the easier ones later. For example, semester, I had more challenging group projects and some short homework assignments. I decided to finish the project first because it requires a lot of research and teamwork. After completing it, I feel relief and have more time to quickly finish the easier tasks. As a result, I manage my time effectively and avoided stress. Therefore, I strongly believe during difficult tasks, first is smart way to improve productivity and reduce pressure. Consider career. Are you family with it? Do you think the advancement technology is changing the way we work for that career? Do you think the advancement technology is changing the way people work for that career? Advancement of technology changing way to work that career. Yes, of course. Yes, I think the advancement technology the most service Mr. O. Technology will help work productive. Technology. I'm don't take the feeling. Yes, always work should take place. work remotely. Change the way you communicate. Plus, we will remote work remotely. Work remotely. 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 Example. Outbreak of disease. Disease outbreak. Không, cái này là work mà. Same COVID. Broke out. Receiving interest another service as most of them allows people work remote, allows people to work remotely. For example, last year in COVID-19 outbreak, everyone had to work at their home. All the employees had to work at home. So, test action. Outbreak. Employee, including me, work home, working home. support as Zoom. Or discussing project special doing missed only deadline. Yes, I completely agree that. Yes, I think the advancements of technology is changing the way people work for that career. There are several reasons to support my opinion. Most of all, it allows people to work remotely. For example, last year, since COVID-19 broke out, all employees, including me, had to work at home. So there are many tools, technology to support us, such as Zoom or Google Classroom. Yes, I think the advancement of technology is changing the way people work for that career. For example, Yes, I think the advance of technology is changing the way people work for that career. There are several reasons to support my opinion. Most of all, it allows people to work remotely. For example, last year, since COVID-19 broke out, all employees, including me, had to work at home. Therefore, there are many tools and technology to support us, such as Zoom or Google. Sao không chạy được? For example, last year, since COVID-19 broke out, all employees, including me, had to work at home. Therefore, there are so many tools technology to support us to work productively, such as Zoom or Google Classroom. As a result, we could meeting regularly and discussing about the project, especially didn't miss any deadlines. That's why I think the advancement of technology is changing the way people work for that career. Salah follower. Discussion. I think the vast technology is changing the way people work. Changing the way people work for the career. Their service and support map. Most allows for people to work remotely. For example, let's say from our place could head to work at home. Reasons to support our parents, including me. To their voices and tools to technology. To support us. Support such as there are good meeting really discover project especially we couldn't list any deadline and work productively. Technological tools, technologies to technology to I think advanced technology is changing the way people work for that career. There are several reasons to support my opinion. Most of all, it allows people work remotely. For example, last year, since COVID-19 broke out, all employees, including me, had to work at home. Therefore, there's so many technology tools to support us, such as Zoom or Google Classroom. As we done, we could meet everyone and discuss the project. So we didn't resign. We didn't miss any deadlines and worked deeply. That's why I think of this as a resign. For that career. This flowing test. Yes, I think advanced technology is changing the way we work for that career. There are several reasons to support my opinion. Most of all, it allows people to work remotely. For example, last year, since COVID-19 broke out, all employees, including me, had to work at home. Therefore, there's so many technology tools to support us, such as Zoom or Google Classroom. As a result, we could meet regularly and discuss the project. As a result, we couldn't miss any deadlines and worked productively. That's why I think that advancing technology changing the way you work for that career. This great statement. Disagree. Because developing green species will have people improve people have quality of life. For example, this follows statement: the government should spend more budget on deservings. In my local my town, I live in a small town. Small town. Park. Everything. This is my trouble. Sign petitions. Old temple. I disagree with this statement. The government should spend more budget on preserving historical sites than developing green spaces. There are some reasons support my opinion. Most of all, developing green spaces will affect directly people, health, and the quality of life. For example, when I live in a small town, everyone in here wanted to build a park to everyone can relax and do exercise every day, but local government is not enough budget. Later, national government support the project, and the park will finally completed. As a result, people can relax and spend more time in here to entertainment and do exercise every day. Will be affected. I disagree with this statement. I disagree with this statement. The government should spend more budget on preserving historical sites than developing green spaces. I disagree with this statement. The government should spend more budget on preserving historical sites than developing green spaces. There are some reasons to support my opinion. Most of all, developing green spaces will be affected house people and the quality of life. Quality of life. For example, I live a small town. Everyone here wants to build a park to everyone can relax and do exercise every day. But the local government isn't enough budget. Later, national government support the project, and finally the park completed. I disagree with this statement. The government should this on developing green spaces will be affected affected we affected the same way affected directly. We will have quality People have and quality of life, for example, when I lived in a small town, everyone in here directly improve because I wanted to build I really wanted to have a park to everyone can relax and Jesus every day is not enough power. Government should about the project. And finally, the park completed can release and spend your time in here to think and this is every day. Super increases tourist driven by them instead join a guy's store. My favorite guy themselves. Because before comfortable and we sit in my house. Always before I was in my sister. Last year. I prefer visiting the tourist attractions by themselves. There's a reason to support my opinion. Most of all, it will help me feel more comfortable and I can explore at my own pace. For example, last summer I visited the National Museum in Hanoi with my school. Because it's in the tour guides, everyone had to go visit together. I feel not comfortable and I wanted to see the artwork which I like and missed which artwork I don't like. As a result, this is not happy trip. That's why I like visiting the tourist attractions by themselves. As a guide group tour. Cái này không hay lắm. My own pace. For example, last summer, my friend and I visited a famous museum. The guide's tour was too fast, and some people didn't have enough to enjoy the exhibits. was too fast. Enough. Tell children not be serious. Skip. Skip. Having attending a good university is more important. The past is Yes, I completely agree this statement. Attending a good university is more important these days than it was in the past. I completely agree this statement. Attending a good university is more important these days than it was in the past. Because in today's demanding world, many companies prefer candidates who graduated a good university, and it also make resume better. For example, last summer, my sister just graduated a prestigious university. Later, she interviewed an MSP in Hanoi. Because she graduated a prestigious university, it makes a good impression for employer. As a result, she passed the interview and she got a good job, which she passionate. I completely agree with the statement. Attending a good university is more important these days than it was in the past. Because in today's demanding world, many companies prefer candidates who graduate good university. It also make resume better. Good graduate good university. Yes, and graduating university. Attending a good university makes the resume better. I completely agree this statement. I completely agree with the statement that attending a good university is more important these days than it was in the past. Because in today's demanding world, many companies prefer candidates who graduated good university. In addition, attending a good university make resume better. For example, last summer, my sister just graduated a prestigious university. Later, she interviewed the MSP bank in Hanoi. Because she graduated prestigious university, it made good impression for the employee. As a result, she passed interview and she got a good job, which she passionate. Sao lại on for transmit là gì? Demanding world. Companies prefer candidates whose passion can deliver makes resume better. Some listeners to just regulate the rest to rest.